What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counter Punch Boxing News, and I'm here with some new boxing for you guys. I want to talk to you guys about Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin. The rematch is coming close, and this is just my thoughts on it. Thus far, they're doing the media workout, and I seen both media workouts. And let's start with Gennady Golovkin. Gennady Golovkin, he looked like he looked like an aging fighter. He looks like he still has snap in the punches. Those studding blows are still there. I think that he's his power, of course, like they say about any fighter that has power, it's the last to go, and I think he still has it. Other things like as far as the drive and as far as missing a couple steps, I think that he has. And the reason for that is because I looked at the media workout and it wasn't long at all. It was a short media workout, and that's not normal to Golovkin's camp. Okay. Golovkin trained just like De La Hoya, just like Sugar Shane Mosley. These guys trained up in Big Bear. And high altitude is good for trainers because it makes your endurance and stamina, that much more intense and amplified, when you're training up in high altitudes, because it makes you breathe more. You create more red blood cells, a lot of things. It's a science to it. So, him doing that type of training up there, he should have done a media workout longer than he did. That media workout didn't even really feel like 5 minutes. It kind of felt like, it was shorter than normal, than the normal that he's accustomed of doing. He threw a couple left hooks, he threw a couple right hands, and that was kind of it. He just kind of cut it short, like an edited media workout. And then that makes me think like, okay, well, what the hell is going on with Gennady Golovkin? Like, what's going on, like, with him? Like, if he's like, did he do that? Because I heard that it was short, and I heard the reasoning behind it. I think I heard that, he doesn't want to, burn too much energy in a media workout. And I was thinking, like, okay, well, damn, if you don't want to burn too much with a media workout that's short, how much does he have in reserve? It makes you think about that type of stuff, man. Like, how hard did you really train for this fight? We've seen those pictures before, which, the gut's gone. The love handle jelly weight fat that was jiggling, that's gone. So that's a blessing. That's a good thing. That's a good sign. But it's like, I wasn't impressed with the media workout. And then it just looks like signs of an older fighter to me. A guy that, hey, I'm not wasting time to do that. I'm going to save it in the ring because maybe I don't have the energy I used to. Hey, which is understandable. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, because he is 36 years old, and I think it was all about strategy within timing with De La Hoya and Golden Boy to put this fight together just last year. Okay, just a year ago, these guys, or almost a year ago, these guys were just getting in the ring for the first time, and this fight was in like fruitation for what, year and a half? This fight should have been done in 16. You know what I mean? And or early 16. Then it got pushed to late 16. Then it got pushed to late 17. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a strategy for De La Hoya, which is clever. He knows how to time fights. But now let's look at Canelo Alvarez. I seen his media workout, and it looked very, very impressive. The dude looks new, improved, rejuvenated, quick, explosive. And he doesn't have that thudding power like Golovkin. He has like explosive, sharp, crisp punches. And I think he's working more on endurance and stamina. I think that's his key, because I think he got tired, and I think he was trying to, like he did in the Trout fight. But I think now, vegan, it's been tested and proven, or the ratio for different guys, that go to vegan, they have more energy, with those type of products. Okay, so he's went vegan, and he looks sharper, crisper. He looks he looks good, man. The combinations were there. He was working the body, so that tells you he's trying to throw punches to the body. He's aiming right for that liver shot. The left hook to the liver, that's what I see him targeting. The right hand, and the left hook to the liver. Again, guys, I have not the media workout, but I have clips of him working the body. Just really during this training camp, right after surgery, you can tell this is recent. So, Canelo is actually focusing, I feel, on the body. And he's going to attack the body early in this fight. So this is going to be one of the best fights, I feel. I feel this is going to be one of the best fights. Just honestly. I think it's going to be better than the last fight. But I feel that Canelo's going to take him simply because, from what I've seen thus far, I think Canelo, it's his time. You know what I'm saying? I think he's 28 years old now. He's still young. He's not even 30, okay? Golovkin's 36. It's 8 years difference. Damn near 10 years, guys. You know what I mean? Golovkin, his time is running out. I hope he has a great performance left. I hope he has it just for the plans for De La Hoya spoiling. You know what I mean? I wanted to foil his plans because I know what De La Hoya was doing, and De La Hoya does too. De La Hoya knows that he wanted this fight at a certain time. I don't think De La Hoya wanted him to fight on Cinco de Mayo because I think Golovkin was still fresh because of what he could do in September of last year. So I hope, that Golovkin comes in the best possible shape. The best Golovkin at the time, I hope he arrives. Because I want to see, first of all, I want to see one hell of a fight. Second of all, I want to see how things can blow up in your face, when they go wrong. Because, again, this is a timing tactic by Oscar De La Hoya. And he wanted his boy fresh enough because he has the youth on his side anyway. So he really wants this fight to go as planned, So, but based on what I've saw, on the evidence that I've seen of both of these fighters, I think Canelo will get him off points this time if he doesn't knock him out. That would be great if he could. That would be great if Golovkin could, because at that point, it doesn't really matter who wins. Okay, I'm not betting on this fight. I stopped that years ago, and for a good reason. The last fight I betted on was Oscar De La Hoya and Felix Trinidad. And the ironic thing is, I put my money on Felix Trinidad. But I know if anybody that knows has seen that fight, Trinidad did not win that fight. You know what I mean? It was great for boxing that he did win, simply because De La Hoya was the guy that had, questionable, decisions, Ike Cortez, Forrest Whitaker, you know what I mean? Guys like that. He had like these fights that, he got the nod, and a lot of people were like, I don't know if that was the right decision. So it was good because of that reason, because the same thing that he was protected for backfired on him, because Don King, had a little bit more money that night invested in Felix Trinidad than Bob Arum had in Oscar De La Hoya, right? So I want that fight to be that particular way. So that's why I don't gamble no more, okay? But I do care about who wins. I do care about the actual performance. You know what I mean? Because, see, if a knockout happens, there's nothing you could talk about. You could be, kind of nitpicking at that point. But if a knockout happens, that's what happens. If Golovkin knocks out Canelo, that would seal his legacy. He can go home to Kazakhstan or wherever he lives today and stay with his family, and he will be praised for knocking out the younger guy, being the age that he is. Beautiful. Beautiful. But if Canelo knocks out Golovkin, he'll be the only one that beat Golovkin, and he'll probably retire Golovkin. I don't think Golovkin should fight anymore after that. Because I think if he can knock out Golovkin, it's like a tank that finally, got defeated. That finally enough damage is done to that tank to make it stop, to blow it up. And it took a lot. Look at Kovalev. Kovalev was never the same after Ward took him. Mentally, he wasn't never the same. Okay, look what Alvarez done to him. So we don't. I wouldn't want to see Golovkin if he gets knocked out. You know what I mean? Because he was avoided for so long that when he started getting fights, it was like, okay, you're finally getting the fights that you need, but now you're getting these fights because we figure you're missing a step. That's why we're getting people in the ring with you. We seen what you did to David Lemieux. We didn't want none. Damn that. That guy can punch. Look what you did to him. So of course we don't want to fight you right now. Throw him in there with Jacobs. Jacobs wanted everything and he got it. He got all the concessions. He got what he wanted. He got a 12-week training camp. He fought him valiantly. Okay. But Golovkin came out on top, but it broke his knockout streak. Okay. And on top of this, vested interest, not to forget old Bernard Hopkins that has, 20 title defenses, and he has that record. If Golovkin breaks that, okay, he'd have broke his record. So a lot of people, and of course, Bernard Hopkins works for Golden Boy. So of course he's going to want his boy to win. He doesn't want his record tampered with or broken. So I get it. There's a lot against Gennady Golovkin, a lot of pressure on him than normal. But the good thing is he is getting paid. So win, lose, or draw, another draw, he will get the money that he deserves. And I think he deserved it for the longest, and I'm glad he got it. But I think if I was a betting man, I would bet it on Canelo because you follow the money, like Teddy Atlas said. You follow the money because Canelo has the money, and Canelo can, they can promote bigger fights or make fights bigger, like the Saunders fight. You know what I'm saying? The Jacobs fight. There's a lot of fights that can be made. Lemieux, a lot of guys will come down to fight Canelo because they know the money's there. Okay, so, but if I was a betting man, it'd definitely be Canelo. Golovkin, I respect Golovkin more. That's why I would prefer him to win, at this point. And then, and then it's his way out. You know what I mean? I want him to be like John Elway. You know what I'm saying? So that would be great. But logically, looking at the evidence again, I think he loses. I think he loses probably by decision, but it would be a hell of a thing to see a knockout on either side. So that's my take on it with those particular guys, with this particular fight, the rematch. Stay tuned for September 16th. I will start with an immediate recap. I will watch it live. So stay tuned. Please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch.